Hi everyone. This video has got the other dimmer light on. I keep one light on at a time for a couple of days each. And one is a brighter light than the other one. One is coming from my doorway, which is the dimmer one, and the brighter one comes from in the kitchen. It's one of those ones with the long tubes. But today is the dimmer one, but I can't always use the one light because I have things to let you know about on dim light days too. So, hope you don't mind that. But it's all part of being old school too, and just not editing and stuff like that. So thank you for putting up with whatever my videos look or sound like, because it's really hard for me to do the newfangled kind and the bells and whistles kind and the techie kind and the cost a lot of money kind. So there's room for all of us on YouTube, and this is how the original one started. So I'm just going backwards, back in time to the original type of YouTube videos, and thank you for understanding and going back in time with me as far as video quality goes. Um, well, I hope you all had a nice Thanksgiving in America, because I know Canada's Thanksgiving is a different month and they've already had theirs, October 10th. And then ours was of course the 24th. It's always the last Thursday in November. And this month it was the 24th. My neighbors either didn't have the gathering this year that they had last year, or I didn't open the door to hear clanking plates or anything. I didn't open the door last year to hear anything. I didn't know that they were going to do what they did last year by bringing the one platter of meats, one platter of sides, and one platter of desserts. I didn't know they were going to do that. It was a very pleasant and wonderful surprise, and I'm thankful. I'm still thankful for it this year, even though they weren't able to do it this year or didn't plan it this year, or somebody forgot this year or forgot that I was even in my apartment. I don't know why the difference this year, but I'm still thankful for last year, and it'll always be part of my fond memory banks. So I'll never forget that last year, and they don't have to do that, and I'm still thankful for what they did last year, and not expecting that they would do it this year. But I did have that mom and pop grocery store. I said I like drumstick meat the best, but I said I know there's lots of people that like dark meat, so I'm not expecting a whole drumstick. But just get meat from the drumstick, please. Well, one platter was the meat taken off of the drumstick, and then the other two I thought it'd be the same, right? Because what I said, plus all the other people that might like drumsticks meat, and so I didn't want to be greedy. So, but they themselves decided to give me, which I didn't know till I looked at both of the plates. They gave me 2 full drumsticks from young turkeys. Oh, wait. I say young because they weren't the big king size drumsticks, which I didn't expect them to do the king size ones for this gesture they did out of their store from the catering department. I expected the smaller younger turkey, drumsticks and whatnot, and the whole turkey being a younger one. But I'm saying if I cooked them, I'd cook the king size ones. Anyway, that's neither here nor there because I didn't cook. It was delicious. All of it tasted homemade, every bit, and I loved everything except for I could have lived without the stuffing, not because it wasn't prepared correctly, just because they put some spices in that I would avoid normally. But it was very edible too, but everything else was just spot on homemade deliciousness. I've already told you what I had in it, so I don't want to be redundant and tell you again. But it was delicious, and I bought 3 platters, so I got 3 days worth of the same food, and so I got to eat. They delivered it 2 days before Thanksgiving, so I got to eat a whole plate of the just the drumstick meat pulled off of the bone, and then the rest of the sides and the pie slice. A whole platter that day, and then the second day I had sides and the pie first, and then at night I had a drumstick and I think mandarin oranges, and and also I had one of my um sparkling grape juices, the red grape one, the non-alcoholic grape juice, the red grape one, on the 22nd, because I've had that one a lot. I had another one that I was saving for actual Thanksgiving Day, which I made it to Thanksgiving Day with the 2 drumsticks, because so I got to have 2 drumsticks on Thanksgiving Day itself, because I ate dark 30 in the morning I had a turkey leg on Thanksgiving Day, plus some cake and some chocolate milk and a rose-colored. It was rose-colored because it's not an alcoholic. I don't drink alcohol. But they had a pink apple juice that I saved for Thanksgiving. So, and then I had pickles and beets left over from what I shopped for Thanksgiving. So I had food all throughout until Thanksgiving was over, and then I have some remnants of the beets and the pickles, and I have some cranberry juice left, and some V8 juice left, and some mandarin oranges left, and some frozen soup in the freezer, and a couple ice cream drumsticks left, and from another last month, and and condiments, and what else? I don't have much left, but my helper Vivi's gonna go pick up some groceries on Monday, but I have enough. And I have some gummy smileys for sweet till I have available till Monday. And I have a slice of Stouffer's French bread pizza that's not Thanksgiving-y, but I had a few items that aren't for Thanksgiving per se left over, and that's in the freezer along with the soup. I'm gonna have Vivi get those 2 pieces down on Monday so they can thaw out and I can eat those up. the soup and the pizza sometime next week. And so it was different, and no family this year, or friends or neighbors bringing anything by it, but it was still a nice day, and it was quiet and different, but there was still fun to be had on the internet, and I can't afford TV right now, so no TV yet. Again, I discontinued it to save money, but I still had fun, and missed the family and friends and the neighbors part, but still had a fun day regardless, and it was fun thanking Jesus for things too. And I watched things on the computer and did social media stuff, so it was still great. But I don't want to just say that. I want to, since now it's, and my helper and I are starting to decorate my apartment for Christmas. Got a few things up so far. We'll show you when you're all done. We'll do the pass-off thing with my computer webcam, and Vivi will be my legs again and show you the decorations. And when we're all done putting everything up. And then I want to give you a list of Christmas movies. It's not an exhaustive list, but throughout, up until Christmas, I'm going to give you Christmas movies. So this is the first of them, just for Christmas ideas. Jesus of Nazareth, and I'm going to say that one a lot for different occasions because it also works. Well, it's year-round, good recommendation, but I mean, as far as special occasion days, would be Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter as they fall on the calendar. I recommend those. Those. I didn't do any Thanksgiving recommendations, but if I was going to, I'd include Jesus of Nazareth on that, for those recommendations too. Well, anyway, Jesus of Nazareth, Charlie Brown Christmas, or It's Christmas, Charlie Brown, the Peanuts one, the one where, I don't want to give it a, well, I'll do one piece. The Linus speech at the end about the Bible and, Jesus and the Bible, and where he reads the scripture from the Bible about Jesus. That one. And there's one that I just saw, I think last year on YouTube, called Meet Me in Dreamland, or Meet You in Dreamland. It's a cartoon by Max somebody. I think Max S. But don't quote me on the S. But his name's Max somebody. I'm not even sure about the Max part. I am sure about the title. It's Meet Me in Dreamland, and say, Meet Me in Dreamland cartoon, and it will pop up. And watch the one that says, written by or produced by somebody's name that I can't recall on the fly right now. But if you do the title in the cartoon, say it's a cartoon, it'll pop up. That's really sweet. Oh, it's kind of sad too, but it's really well done and mesmerizing to watch. Well, all these are it's really well done and mesmerizing to watch. All three that I've mentioned so far. And then another, I'll say, the ones that come to mind right off the bat, so I'm not hemming and hawing and going, and wasting your time. So I'll say them as I think of them, and then this video will be done. A Christmas Story with Peter Billingsley, and I'd like to say the father's name, because he's another character that I really enjoyed. Darren McGavin, yeah. Well, it's a really great ensemble cast movie, but the two that stand out to me most were Peter Billingsley's character and the father, Darren McGavin's character. I think that's the father's, or the man who played the father. I think his name was Darren McGavin. He's passed away. And Young at Heart has a Christmas scene in it, so I include that one. It's got a lot of seasons mentioned in it, but Christmas is one, so I want to include that one. So there's 5 for your first starters. Oh, I got more, because I can think of them right away. Love at the Christmas Table or Under the Christmas Table. It's either Love at the Christmas Table or Love Under the Christmas Table. It's a Lifetime movie that I found on YouTube, and it's got Danica McKellar and other people in it. But if you find Danica McKellar, then you'll know you've got the right movie, because I can't remember if it's Love at the Christmas Table or Love Under the Christmas Table. And then I know this is for Thanksgiving, but while I'm thinking of it, Love at the Thanksgiving Parade is another good one. Sometimes I can't find it on YouTube, but when I watched it a couple of years ago, it was on YouTube. Sometimes they get removed, but then other people put it back on for a little while. You know how YouTube free movies go. Sometimes they get yanked, sometimes they stay there for a while, and sometimes they get copyright strikes, or I don't want them to show the movie, and they have to take it down. So, yeah. So that's what, oh, and of course I've said this before. I don't want the focus to be on Santa Claus. I want it to be on Jesus, because it's about his birthday, him coming to earth, being born to do what he did for us. Later on, so it's about his birthday first, but I do like the sentimentality of the what's the name? Oh, here we go. Rankin Bass animated stuff, even though it centers around Santa Claus a lot, and I do watch those too, but I don't like the fact that it's about, when it's not about Jesus and it's all about Santa Claus, that rubs me the wrong way. But I still watch those for the the simple, and they're fun stories, even if they're about Santa. But I want the majority of the focus to be on Jesus, and it's about him and not Santa for me. And my favorite, one of my favorite things to see, artwork-wise, is when Santa's kneeling at the manger. Like, that's the proper priority there, to me. And in that picture, Santa even knows the proper priority, and Santa knows that he's not the priority and he's not the focus, or he shouldn't be. So there, I'm gonna stop there, or I could keep going because I would start to him and ha, and there'd be blank spaces while I thought of other ones. So I'm gonna stop there, but I'll add more because more will come to my mind later. So, oh, and now would be a good time to the classic television shows usually have a lot of good Christmas episodes. I brought them up before, but I'm not old. Also brought up that I'm not old enough to have seen a lot of these when they're actually running in real time. But there's classic um classic TV channels where you can find stuff like this easily, either on TV or on the internet and YouTube and such. So, Ozzie and Harriet, I know they have a lot of Christmas ones, and I don't recall seeing a lot of, if any, Christmas ones from my three sons, and I think the Doris Day Show had a couple Christmas ones, and so I'm gonna stop there because I'm starting to oh, and there's other probably the Dick Van Dyke Show had some Christmas ones, and probably Make Room for Daddy had some, and probably Father Knows Best, and I kind of remember seeing Christmas episodes on Leave It to Beaver. Those jump out at me as like good sources to try to find Christmas episodes. So, yeah, and there's also Christmas specials. Andy Williams, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin. All you can see all those on YouTube also. And although I'm not a Mormon, I really like Donny Osmond. The only thing I don't care for is the Mormonism part, but everything else about Donny I really love. His singing, his sense of humor, his personality, and of course his looks. Their Christmas shows are nice, even though I disagree with the Mormonism aspect. So, but they do put on a nice Christmas program and variety show in general from the 70s. So check those out. But I put out a disclaimer about the Mormonism because I don't agree with them about that. But that doesn't detract from the fact that they put on wonderful programs about, their variety. Their variety show was really great. And Donny Osmond, to this day, I still enjoy him for the reasons I told you. So I still watch his stuff and listen to him sing and things like that, and the variety show stuff, and the concerty stuff. I just steer clear of the Mormonism stuff. But anyway, so that'll give you some things to look into if you want. And I'll be back with some more suggestions for you. As I can think of more, I will add more and do another video.